Give it up for Joey Fatone! Oh, come on, you can do better than that. You don't have to, now remember, just because there's no strings attached, be gentle with him. His arm is in a sling. Give it up for Kirkpatrick!
Hey! Well, these are really awesome. No strings attached.
Hey, Chris, why don't you wave to the people?
Good job. I feel like I'm SeaWorld. Oh wait, am I gonna get in trouble for that?
No. Now it's because of you that he's here. Give it up for Jeff Timmons!
Jeff is sexy.
I'm so glad Jeff's here. No, Jeff, sit right here.
God, I need to work out.
You're on my hand.
Okay. Hi,
You're
everybody.
welcome.
Be here, guys, having all these fans, getting to meet them, hang out with them.
I feel awesome. Old? You look old. Well, you don't look that old.
I got
You don't look as old as you are, actually.
I got Dr. Schultz in my shoes.
Still wearing the diaper?
Yeah, twice a day.
No, it's pretty amazing. I mean, look, to have a turnout like this and have been around as long as we've been around, it's almost 25 plus years, and have a turnout like this, it's an honor. And it's an honor for me to be up here with these guys. I mean, to be hanging out with guys in my peer group and seeing as successful as they are. I love it.
Yeah, it's been fun. Thank you guys for being on here. If it wasn't for you guys, seriously, not really today.
There's nothing like being in a boy band, so what can you tell us about those days and that time? I'm sure fame with that is crazy.
A lot of flatulence.
What are you talking about? Flatulence, all right?
Like on tour, you know?
Joey's life is flatulence. What does that word even mean?
I don't know. I'm trying
A
to.
lot of syllables. Jeff, what do you think? You're the serious
I
one.
don't know.
Watch.
Yeah, okay. Well, it was a great time back
Told you.
No, we had a blast. I mean, look, I think that we all were, influenced by a bunch of vocal groups. Boy band really wasn't a term when any of us formed our groups, right?
So you guys came
That's
along.
right, of course. No, but look, it ended up being something that became endearing for us, right? At first we had heard boy band, and there was a connotation that, you're affiliated with being put together, and you're not really talented, and all you do is dance, and Lord knows we couldn't dance. But to be associated with acts that sell millions of records and have fans like yourselves all over the world and travel the world and live your dream, it was above and beyond, I think, any of our expectations.
Speaking of all over the world, one of our favorite times
I was just about to
was
say
about
that.
when we all first started. You guys started in the States.
We did.
We started in Europe, and we did a Smash Hits tour through the UK, and they're like, oh, these guys, who are these guys? Put them on first. There's like 30 bands. I mean, the group 5 was after us, for God's sakes. And I was like, so they would, don't clap at that.
We slam dunk the funk.
Slam, don't the funk.
Slam dunk the.
They had guys in their band named Abs, and we had guys in our band named K.
So anyway, we were just singing vocals. We all had 90 degrees, if anybody knows, we were just battling ears. And these guys got up and they did this thing and they had astronauts outfits on. Like they took their helmets off and did like
No, that
this.
was just Lance.
They did this crazy.
He came out. It's a big difference.
Lance always inspired to go to space from day one.
But they killed the routine. They did a dancer's routine. The crowd went crazy, and I was like,
We didn't call them routines.
I was like, whatever they do, I was like, please don't let these guys come to the States. Like, as soon as they were gonna get there, we knew that they were gonna be, just the biggest thing in the world, and they were, So, and rightfully so.
You guys have like a favorite and memorable fan interaction from that time?
You were attracted to a memorable fan?
That's a different question.
Were we memorably fan attracted? You mean a fan, like a fan encounter, like weird?
Yeah, there's fun.
Some of them are in here right now, so I don't know if I can talk about it. And you know who you are, so just shh. A little bit.
I love a few of them.
And some of them.
I mean, we had the crazy of, going down the hallway to our hotel, and all of a sudden the security guard was like, stop for a second, like, what? And then there was a room service table, and when they lifted up the curtain, there was 2 lovely ladies hiding underneath there.
And they were literally hitting the panels in the ceiling and 2 girls fall out.
Did that happen to you?
Yeah.
Anything happen to you?
Yeah, oh, I mean, we had that too. The food carts where we order breakfast, especially overseas, they would sneak in underneath the carts and go to eat your eggs, and all of a sudden be like, hey!
Feel the hand on your leg.
What about the time that you had the lady wrote I love Chris, and it was a roll of loose leaf paper, and it was rolled out in the hallway. It was in the hallway, remember? And it said I love Chris, but they were written. Oh, sign language, I love it.
It was written 35,000 times. It was I love Chris, I love Chris, I love Chris, I love But you just go dot, dot, dot.
It was crazy because it was down the hallway, and it literally said I love Chris, but it was like one loose leaf paper. I said loose leaf paper. It said the letter I, but the letter I wrote I love Chris around it in different colors. So think about how long it took her to do that. She was like, I wrote this 875,000 times. And
It's my wife now.
We can't talk to you guys without talking about the wars against NSYNC and Backstreet
All the
in
time.
particular. But we already know, and you guys have said this, that you guys
We
are
won.
getting along.
We're actually, 2 of us are actually here, and they're not.
The gauntlet has been dropped.
I've had a soft spot. Sorry, kids. Actually, they're working. That's actually the
Yeah, that's the difference.
At least they're working.
We're here, they're working. Who wins?
Were there any bands that weren't actually getting along that we didn't know about?
5.
We gotta have a little battle with fire.
Yeah, we had your backs too. We were gonna stand down while they pushed 5 over us, but you guys were freaking 90 degrees. You held your own.
Yeah, we're like, yeah, they're buff, and they're gonna beat you up.
Yeah. Better stop talking about them. I'm gonna go tell on you.
Yeah, but tell me what happened exactly. We were in a
So
bar.
we were doing, so part of that Smash Hits tour is they had a new artist competition, and it was us against 5, right? Well, they were 5 from the UK, so naturally we had 0 chance of winning.
The weird thing was there were 6 of them. The UK, it's a different number system over there.
That's true.
But anyway, those guys are like constantly, it was silly, like they were like acting all tough. They were all singing love songs and stuff like that. So it's a little corny, but they were coming after us and acting like they were gonna kick our asses, and then we'll see how she signs that. and
What is this, by the way?
That would be bullshit.
Thank you. Yes, it is.
What is that really thing or that really
No, it
means?
isn't. That really means bullshit. Sorry, kids. Sorry.
So anyway, so 5, we were all having drinks or whatever in the pub or whatever in the hotel, and fucking 5 said we were having pints in the pub, and 5 was acting like they were gonna kick our butts, and I didn't drink back then, believe it or not. If there was a time you can even imagine that. But anyhow, I left and heard that they wanted to fight us, so I stormed back down and challenged the tough guy, Rich. Yeah.
Well, there was,
I know his name was Rich.
It was weird because there was a lot of like arguing. We all just stood there like this. It's like the Jets.
Yeah, I
and
went
Sharks.
down after.
I challenged the tough guy, Max.
That's what's gonna happen. And I touch it. Is it the heat? Oh, I don't care. I'm sitting. Jeff sitting next to me.
You have one
Look
job,
how fun
bro.
he is, dude. Is that a sea cup? That's what it is. Sorry.
She's like, I'm ready.
So yes, so we've had to answer your question, we never really had a rival with the Backstreet Boys. It was weird. It was more of a separate us and don't talk about them, or we won't talk about you. You keep squeezing, something's gonna happen.
I thought something happened earlier. That's why I was looking at you. I was like, Joey, come on.
I'll let you know. You know. Everybody.
We're in a confined space here.
So yeah, it wasn't really like a bad thing, really. I think you had some beef with AJ, but that was because of the
Yeah. Me and AJ wanted to fight.
But you squashed it.
No, that's not true. I wanted to fight AJ. He didn't want to fight me. It was stupid. He's one of my good friends now. But he knows what it is.
He knows what he did.
He knows what he did.
Yeah.
I really said that like a tough guy. Nobody's scared of me.
Well, I know NSYNC just celebrated their 25th anniversary.
So that means they're 28. That's right.
Did you guys connect over that? Reminisce, talk?
No.
Connected over the band, I thought. Like that was the connection point. Oh, you mean over the, yeah. Oh, yeah.
On the 25th.
Chris, you know what's so funny? Lance is actually the one that really does a lot of times. He'll post and he'll text us and be like, hey, happy No Sweet Touch Day.
Happy Margarita Day. Happy landed on the moon day. Astronomimus day.
But yeah, no, he did a lot of that.
No, we always, I mean, we follow our social medias kind of for the most part, so we see these things and it's like, oh wow, this was the 56th anniversary of when we did this. Or, things. I think more than anything, it just makes us feel old.
Yeah.
Especially when it's like, what the heck is this Instagram thing? It makes no sense to me.
But we're on a group text as well. I mean, as far as the guys are concerned, the five of us actually are. We still do like art stuff, so we're always saying yes and no to things. But I messaged Justin on Instagram. He has a message.
None of us message Joey back. Joey's the only one on our group text that when he texts, there's like silence for like 2 weeks, and then JC will text someone every, hey, so anyways.
And everybody talks.
What about you, Jeff? Do you still talk to the guys?
Yeah, I'm the Joey of our group, so I'll group text the guys.
You're the Joey of our group right here.
It's crickets. We have some stuff coming up. I'm like, how about this for wardrobe? Nick will be like, hey, you watching the Bearcats play? Everybody starts talking.
I believe that.
Yeah, I know that I need to release some music, not super long ago. What is the plan for more? Is there a tour potentially coming?
Yeah, we're gonna release some music. We've spent some time recording the last few months. We got some pretty good stuff. We want to make sure we got a good stuff for everybody. We love recording. Even if it's not, we're not gonna go and go top 10 on the charts. Although we did end up in the top 40 or something like that, and then we released a Christmas song. This group so we still have the ability to number 5 last holiday season.
Yeah.
So we still have the ability thanks to everybody here to do well with the music, but I think we're gonna record, release some stuff, and then we're gonna do like 2 weeks in August and September.
Can I hear more of your voice than Nick Lackey?
Well,
Well, again, here's proof that, and Jeff's working as well.
Yeah.
And there's me and Joey.
Hey, how's your group doing, Chris?
Doing great. How are you, Joey?
I'm not ready.
Want to go play SeaWorld?
Sure, let's go do Chuck E. Cheese. That happens, kids.
Well, have there
Stadiums, Chuck E. Cheese.
Have there ever been discussions about continuing to sync on some level?
Nope.
We sang
You're the first person that's ever asked that.
Right, the Red Ladies? Really was the first
In the last 10 seconds.
but I speak for everybody, including us who are fans. I'm not just saying that because I'm next to these guys. I think it's overdue.
Talk to Lance. He's on the mess.
That's all. I don't know. I want to go to basketball. No. Hey, you know what? Honestly, it's one of those things
Thinking
where...
about doing a reunion here soon. Y'all should come out with me. It's gonna be a good time.
The reality of it is obviously a lot of us are actually now parents. Chris has Nash, Justin has his kids, Lance has twins, JC
You
has
know the name
nobody.
of Justin's kids?
No. Sally and Bill. Right? What's your name? What's your dad's name?
I know my kids.
What is it?
I've already said it.
Tennessee? Nash. What's the twins' names? Lance's twins.
Jason and Jared.
Sorry, we're gonna have a whole conversation here, so.
It's okay, Jeff. It's fine. Move in a second.
Well, speaking of your kids, when was the first time you guys introduced your band's music to your children?
Early on. I think for all of us, again, it's funny because we're just proud to show our kids stuff, but it's really funny because at the age they're kind of like they're young, so they'll sing the song or whatever, but then as they get older, it's interesting because my daughter now, I have a 21-year-old and a 13-year-old, pretty big gap, crazy. But my 21-year-old now, it's really funny. Before, Gab was somewhat cool, but dorky. It's always
When were you ever somewhat cool?
When I was in a band called Insane. Not anymore. Now I'm just dorky. But yeah.
Because we get dad jokes now. It's a lot different. You tell a joke once you're a dad, then it automatically sucks because it's a dad joke. I think they're still funny, but apparently they're dad jokes.
Is there a dance move from that era that, whenever you do it, or whenever you did it, you felt
Oh
sick?
yeah.
Yeah, it was the funky chicken.
No, it's the 98 degrees box step.
Box step.
Oh.
That's on stage.
I'll
All Saints, they're back at it too. All Saints, you guys know All Saints?
I heard a song. You know what I heard? You know what I heard earlier? Yeah. Earlier was Jennifer Page, Crush.
Oh,
I had a crush on her too.
Was there?
What about Aqua?
Oh,
Aqua.
Shut up.
That was a band, right?
You know the Smash Hits Roadshow?
Smash Hits tour.
Good groups. No, it's weird, jeez, we're just going
Mr.
down.
President?
It's going down. Mr. President? These are European groups that were on these
That's Club 7, right? That's Club 7.
But you don't know Mr. President? Coco Choco.
Maybe the Spice Girls?
Spice Girls.
So I was a Spice Girl. I was Jerry. I was a fan of Jerry's. I did have a crush on Jerry.
Oh, I thought you were calling yourself Jerry Spice.
Yes. I'm Paprika Spice.
No, it's geriatrics.
That too.
Jerry Spice.
Zoloft Spice.
You get cravings for all these spices we got here.
Well, I want to get into some fan questions, but before I do that, I do want to know, obviously boy bands aren't what they used to be. Do you think
Yeah, they're younger.
Yes. But do you think there could ever be a resurgence in kind of the way that we used to see?
Absolutely. I mean, music's cyclical, especially in the States. I mean, they don't go away in Southeast Asia, or obviously K-pop's a phenomenon. UK always has their crop, but of boy bands. But US, it's cyclical here. It's definitely gonna come back at some point. I think there's always.
Well, you look at New Kids, then you look at Backstreet, you look at Their you look at NSYNC, you look at O-Town. Just saying all these people as these boy bands. We do dance, not like we're.
One Direction. One Direction is probably one of my favorites. What about what are the brothers? Jonas Brothers. Is that a boy band? They're a boy band, right? It is kind of strange though because I'm a big One Direction fan, and you look at they were all put together, but meaning they were the best, like O-Town. And I'm on a tour with O-Town, and I see it, and you see these guys, and like in every song, a different guy gets up and belts out this amazing song, and with us, me and Joey stood in the back, and Justin, JC would do their thing or whatever, but it wasn't, to me it was like cool because, and you sing with them. It was a lot of, come on. That's my part. That's what Joey knows. Joey just sang everything he sang on our first two albums.
I went to the vowels A, E, I, O, and sometimes Y.
No, but it's cool because you look at One Direction. And each one of them came out with an album now, which is our main. I mean, Harry Styles just won Album of the Year, for what he did. It's amazing to hear those albums. We were, and same with 90 Degrees, we were like more of a full-rounded band in that we all had our parts. I did the high parts, Joey was in the middle, Lance was in the bottom, Justin was in the middle doing a lot of the leads, JC was in the middle doing a lot of leads. But it was, when we were together, we knew that those were our parts. Like, that's just what you do. Sure, sometimes some of us would get solos on things, but that wasn't really our sound. And, same with these guys, Jeff and Nick do a lot of the singing. And with Backstreet, Nick and AJ, well, it used to be Brian too, but they were, I don't mean
It
like
sucks.
that.
Yeah, he had a great voice. It sucks that he is.
Nick started to take over more of the stuff. That's what I mean. God, give me awe again. Watch. But you know, we were all a little different type of bands, meaning that we were kind of more well-rounded bands. Not that these guys aren't, but they are more individualistic than kind of we
And
were.
we're all based on quartets and quintets, like the harmony bass, tenor bass, you know, second tenor, stuff like that. So, if it, you know, we were influenced, and I think you guys were as well, by all those doo-wop groups and barbershop types of music, and you know, Boys to Men was all the
Aww.
So,
Let's open this up to questions.
All right, if you have a question, you can come down here and line up with these two.
We don't take questions on Impractical Jokers though, so.
Oh.
Make sure to say your name and where you're from. Keep your question to a question, please.
All right, let's start over there.
Hi guys, I'm Fatima from Connecticut. So Joey, I know you remember last year at 90s Con, Nick had all of you guys sing a song together with TLC, and there were a lot of hits. So I was wondering if the three of you would like to.
Are you forcing it?
That's
That's not a request of a question.
I'm not asking for this. You guys would like to sing us a song.
Hey, I would like to say though, I'm the only one here that's been in a band with both of these guys.
You were?
Because I was in a band with Jeff, and I was, what was it?
Joey.
Joey. I was in a band with Joey as well, because Jeff and I did
Sure shot.
we did a TV show.
As you guys, I can tell.
It was a
Sabrina watched
smash.
the show, just so you know.
I saw him
No,
sing
but
that
I know what
show.
songs would we, the three of us, even know?
Yeah, we don't know this.
I'm just saying there was a song and choreo. Joey.
They had to practice
last
That's
year.
because we get, honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
Did
we
you just see
practice it
Jeff
backstage
Timmons
when
do
we
the
did.
box
I
step?
didn't mind that.
Did you not hear us sing Give Me One More Night, Una Noche?
Do it one more time.
I can see it in your, what's it called?
Give me just one night.
Una Noche.
Only to be by your side. Give me just one night.
What?
Yeah, Jeff Timmons. By the way, Jeff Timmons has one of my favorite voices in all of the bands. I
Thank you,
love
Chris.
You should sing more. You should sing more.
And doing that band, the show I did with you is when I really was like, dang, Jeff's got a really cool voice.
You can sing.
Oh, the sign!
What would I not losing?
Maybe we'll do later on, we'll sing. Sorry, but we just did.